Woo! All right, welcome back. Another episode of AFC Northerners. I'll get things started. Marc Herman, aka LA Bengal fan on Twitter, repping the Bengals.
Very nice. Dave Green, Browns guy.
Jay Davis Utah, Ravens.
Chris Adkins, Steeler Nation.
All right, so we all took one on the chin this week. It was a tough week for the division. As a matter of fact, we couldn't remember when all four teams lost. So if somebody,
if anybody knows the last time all four AFC teams,
North teams.
I can't talk. AFC North teams lost. Let us know because we couldn't fucking figure that out.
Yeah.
Well,
we looked.
Well, we knew going into this week that the Bengals were going to have a tough game. We knew that it was going to be dicey to get out of New England with the win. I predicted 31-17 Patriots. It was actually 35-17. Kind of a mixed bag. The team we wanted and we wanted to see all year to show up showed up for the first 40 minutes. Unfortunately, it's a 60-minute football game. So, there were some positives, though. We had the emergence of Tyler Boyd. Couple great catches. One on an Andy Dalton scramble that you're looking at. Another one that was a real nice. He went up and got it and came down with it and held on after taking a hit. Defensive front. Our front four was able to get pressure on Brady with just the front four for the first 40 minutes. That changed later on. I don't know if that was fatigue or if the Patriot offensive line just started playing better. Also, we had some better play calling in the red zone. We had Andy Dalton on a quick little option play rollout where and he had Nikovich just sitting there and he couldn't commit, and Andy Dalton just walked in. That was a nice play and a good pitch and catch with the Andy Dalton and Brandon LaFell. So it looks like they worked out some of their red zone demons. But like I said, unfortunately, it's a 60-minute game, and like a good boxer, the Patriots hung around and delivered the knockout punch.
Yeah, it was kind of like watching Mayweather just go toe to toe with a 4-year-old.
You go toe to toe for 8 rounds, but it's a 10-round fight. So.
I'm trying to get some scouting notes on the Pats. So, was it their offense or their defense that really stepped up in those last 20 minutes?
The last 20 minutes, their offensive line asserted itself. They went on drives, typical Brady. They went on drives when they needed it. I mean, we were up 14-10. They got the safety. Then they went on a drive. Then we did a 3-and-out, and then they went on another drive and really stepped on our throat. So Brady delivers when he needs to. That's why he's Brady.
Yep.
So, Brownies, what do you got?
All right, let's start with Batonio. He's done for the year. Mid-foot injury. He had surgery on Monday. That really blows.
Yeah.
Jordan Poyer, also done for the year with the last race.
Dude, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was an ugly hit, and I really don't like the fact that the guy celebrated the hit on his Instagram.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Bro.
Not cool, bro.
That's when I lost respect for Warren Sapp. He crushed someone one time, I want to say, on a special teams, an interception. And then celebrated over the guy while the guy's obviously there in pain. No place for that in the NFL.
No.
Go for it, brother.
All right, so Alvin Bailey, he'll take over for Batonio, and Tracy Howard will take over for Poyer. Let's get to Kessler. Kessler, 26 of 41, 336, 2 TDs. Here's one of the TDs to, Jesus Christ. Pryor.
There you go.
I wanted to say Poyer, and I'm like, no. Pryor. This is a nice play right here. It pulled us in. We were at the half, not the half. We were coming into the 2-minute warning, and we were pulled a little closer right there. We had some questionable play calling with going for the 2, not kicking the extra point. That's whatever.
I have no idea about any of that.
We're not going to complain about that. We don't want to sound like a Ravens fan.
Nice.
Cody Kessler
I gotta take that one.
Turning into a beast. This guy's got moxie. He's got poise. I really like him. No quarterbacks drafted this year. Please, Browns front office. Let's get to the running backs. We were not our normal selves this past week. Duke Johnson and Crowell, they combined for 13 carries for 34 yards, 1 touchdown. And here's the touchdown. It's Duke Johnson up the middle. It pulled us to 26-28. That's the way the ball game ended. Another loss. What can you say? We're a young team. We're learning to play.
Yeah.
We're very competitive. We're just missing a couple of veterans that can just kind of get us over that hump and teach us how to win. What you got?
All right, so Ravens. So, as the Giants, bad. Flacco was under pressure 38% of his dropbacks. But here's the thing. He was actually worse when he wasn't under pressure. His yards per attempt were 9.1 under pressure and 4.9 without pressure. So this is the face of someone who is very unhappy with his own line and his QB right now. Lots of injury setbacks this game. Yanda is out with a shoulder injury, got injured. Sizzle tore his bicep. Jimmy Smith halfway through the game was out due to a concussion. It's like 2015 all over again. And I've been praising the work of Tavon Young for like the last few games. However, this game, he was torched, all right? 123 yards allowed and 2 touchdowns, including the Odell Beckham game winner. I mean, he just gave up. I don't know what the hell he did. However, he did snag his second interception, so yay. The good is that every other team in the AFC North lost, so that's nice.
Hater. That's a hater.
That's totally.
That's enough hate in the world already, man.
Right.
Come on.
Some good things that did come out of it, like this play here, a long bomb to Perryman, one of the standout plays from the game. He still needs to work on his hands. He and Mike Wallace were targeted the most out of the game, so hopefully they both fix kind of the dropsies and Flacco learns how to throw to them correctly. Also want to shout out to T. West, this fantastic 33-yard run. Just look at this. It's a thing of beauty and one of the few good examples of a Ravens run game like we should have. Some real quick hits. Ravens are tied with the Raiders for the most penalties in the NFL right now.
Congratulations.
I know, thanks, right? 52. We rank 8th in penalty yards with 403. 34 of those penalties and 281 yards have occurred in our last 3 games. So bottom line, our O-line is in shambles. We have 3 different left tackles, 2 different guards, 2 right guards that are different, 3 different right tackles on the last 2 weeks. And I know that you guys went through a whole lot of shit with O-line. And I get that. Yeah, I know. So there's no real hope for offense to make plays, and our secondary is like at its weakest. Yep. I mean, we've got Will Davis now opposite Mr. How am I supposed to tackle himself, Sharice Wright. So we need to, honestly, we need to fire our conditioning coaches. Last 3 years have proven that we can't keep our players healthy, and conditioning coaches Rogucki and Barnett need to go. John Harbaugh needs to stop taking points off the board, period. And finally, I want to check this out. Look, watch this. What the hell is with this phantom defensive pass interference call? Okay,
hey.
What the hell is holding him right there? All right,
we all had bad calls
dude,
this week.
Fuck you, refs. So that's,
fuck you, refs.
Right.
I'll second that every week.
Right, moving on. Steelers.
Steelers.
French Foreign Legion guy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you look like he's like the Bumblebee Foreign Legion over here.
That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like.
That's scurvy.
You're in the Sahara, you're in the desert with your wings. Oh.
Steelers. For Steelers news, we had 2 things go right in this entire three things. We had 3 things go right in this entire game. 1, no passing touchdowns against us. Tannehill did not have a passing touchdown, and not surprised, he's been downgraded from the Civic to what is it?
The Yugo.
The Yugo. He's
Yeah.
upgraded now to the Civic again.
Yeah, well,
He's back up to the Civic again.
No, he didn't have any touchdowns.
Thank you, Ryan Tannehill.
No, but he got the win.
He got the win.
Wins get you.
The other 2 things is Roosevelt Nix and Eli Rogers both getting back onto the field this week. Happy to see those guys. What went wrong is everything else that could have possibly happened on Sunday. I'm not even going to really dig into it, but losing Ben to the torn meniscus, wrong. That's one thing. Having Shazier, Cameron Hayward, Wallace, and Wheaton out for that game, wrong. We really missed those guys, especially Cameron Hayward, because I really saw Jarvis Jones getting his ass kicked up and down the field.
Yeah.
He's been a disappointment.
Yeah.
He really
He
has.
had a terrible game. Terrible game. And I saw Tyler, how do you say his name? Tyler Matakevich out there because Lawrence Timmons couldn't take the heat. He's out there fucking throwing up after we get scored on.
Oh, yeah. They should have.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was throwing up too. I was throwing up at the same time. I saw him throw up. Shit, yeah, me too.
I was literally watching the game and one of my Ravens guys was like, yo, look, a Steelers guy's throwing up. And I was like, all right.
Timmons gave up his
And it's a wet one, too.
Yeah, a lot of Gatorade out there. The Dolphins, what surprised me about the Dolphins is that they took all the major battles in this game. They're +9 in first downs, +177 in yards, +13 in time possession, and +2 in both, 2-0 actually, in both sacks and turnovers. One of those turnovers was the interception where Ben tore the meniscus. You'll see that here. You don't see the injury here, but you do see the interception. It was kind of a phantom injury. I mean, for someone who takes that kind of beating, you didn't even really notice what happened to him in that game. Other things that happened. Coates and Hayward both held without receptions in this game. Coates breaks his streak of all those games with a 40-yard plus reception. The other thing that did go right, we started off the game pretty well. We started off the game, 60-yard touchdown by Hayward Bay. You see that right here. We turn around, Ben got his wish. We go for the 2-point right after that. Everything else was wrong. And I'll leave it with this. If you had Jay Ajayi in your fantasy league, congratulations, Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday, whatever. That's the first time.
If you had Antonio Brown in your fantasy league,
my condolences.
Happy birthday and condolences.
That's right.
This is the first time since week 12 of 2000 that we gave up a 200-yard rusher, and he had 2 touchdowns to boot.
There you go.
all right,
There you go. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and preview this week's games.
Right, let's do it.
Barring a tie, we won't have everybody losing this week.
Pull it for that tie. Pull it for that tie. Yes.
Because the Browns and Bengals play one another. For all intent, we should win this game. Okay, we're a healthier team, we're a deeper team. We're coming home finally. Our front four is asserting itself. I mean, we should win this game.
Your front four is asserting itself.
Yeah, no, our fourth alignment. If we can get pressure on Brady and knock him around, which the Browns couldn't do, I gotta think we're going to be able to get into your backfield,
especially with our offensive line the way it is right now.
However, I always remember that Thursday night game a few years ago where Hoyer came into Cincinnati and beat us. So I always worry about you guys, and we're playing our ex-coordinators the next 2 weeks. We've got Hugh Jackson this week.
That's going to be
we
fascinating
got
to watch,
the next
right?
week. So I'm really concerned.
See, this
but on the flip side, we know how he thinks too. So it might work in our favor. You never know. But I am concerned because you guys do give us problems. I see this. If we have Eifert back, we don't know his status yet. It'll be a little higher scoring. I think 28-17. If we don't have Eifert back, we're going to play a lower scoring, more conservative game. Try to assert our run game. If we can develop it, we've had problems with that all year with our erratic offensive line. Then I see maybe a 2017 game. So
I think we can shut the running game down with Shelton right there in Ogba. The matchup's going to be Hayden versus Green, if Hayden actually plays.
Yeah.
If Hayden doesn't play, they're going to light our secondary up, especially with Boyd doing what he did last week and LaFell on the touchdown streak that he's on. And A.J. Green is just A.J. Green. It's going to be a really tough matchup. The last 3 meetings between us two, you guys have put up 30 points or more in each game. I don't think it bodes well for the Browns with everything we got going on in our youth. I actually see this one being a 31-17 type of ball game. It's going to go to Cincinnati. Maybe we pull the upset off. I would love that. Realistically, not happening. 31-17 Cincy.
See, here's the thing. To me, this is the game where you literally see if Hugh Jackson is a second coming, or if he for the Browns against his former team, or if he's just a huge accident.
No, I don't think
I wouldn't do that.
Not with the amount of injury.
In 1 year in Oakland, he took that crappy team to an 8-8 record.
True.
Yeah. Not only that, and he took Carson Palmer with no receivers through for over 4,000 yards
That's what I'm saying.
over 20 touchdowns.
So
the guy
if there's any coach on this seat or on this couch that's going to be on the hot seat, it's going to be Harbaugh when they throw up another dud of a year. If you guys don't finish
I can't
above
disagree with you.
500, you guys are going to be looking for his head.
I
You've
don't
already
disagree.
fired the offensive coordinator.
I don't disagree.
All right.
You guys good?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, moving on. Ravens at the Jets. So Ravens and Jets are actually pretty close on offense for their rankings. We're slightly better on offense, but that didn't stop any other team beating us in the last 3 games. We also, however, do rank way higher on defense. But again, we got Sizzle out, Smith is out, injuries are mounting, so there's that. Here's the thing. If Flacco can look like the Super Bowl winning QB that we have seen before with the cannon that he has, he can really take advantage of the Jets secondary. They are weak, and it's possible to really exploit them. And basically barring penalties and injuries, I mean, it could happen. I mean, granted, all my fingers and toes are crossed when I'm saying that. We're also 8-1 against the Jets. They have their own injuries on both sides of the ball. Jets rushed for only 33 yards on 14 carries, and Fitzpatrick threw for 197 yards total. Now he continues to struggle anyway. And last game he just placed 16 of 31 for 174 yards, plus a pick. He was replaced by Geno Smith, who only completed 4 out of 6 for 31 yards and also had an interception. And also Fitzpatrick is going to return this week. So, man, this game is a tough one because we can't get our shit together, and the Jets can't seem to get their shit together. They keep getting shut down. So, honestly, like, it's going to be a heart attack for Ravens, but it's still like a battle of yawns to me on this game. And every Ravens game is always close. All of our games this year have been decided by, by 6 points or less. So, my prediction is 24-21 Ravens if we can get our O-line together, install a permanent penalty jar in the locker room for anybody that makes a penalty, because Harbaugh said that today, and I think it's a fucking brilliant idea.
I like that.
I know, right?
Harbaugh's pocketing the money.
He probably is, because he's looking for his next job in case he loses the season.
Oh, jeez.
I gotta tell you, I think
Your brother might give him a job.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you're
Next time he's touching in Michigan. I didn't mean that, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
So what did you say, 21-17?
I say 21-17 if we can get our O-line together and our secondary straightened out, and we should be able to win this.
All right, I think you're underestimating the strength of the Jet defense is the defensive line, and your biggest weakness is your offensive line.
I don't disagree. That's why
but you're citing Fitzpatrick's stats against Patrick Peterson and Honey Badger. You don't have that.
No, we don't.
So I
Absolutely.
just
No, that's why I say if we can get our O-line shit together and our secondary straightened out, if Will Davis winds up being like more a little sharper than we've seen before out of him, then great. But Will Davis last year was a disappointment. So
I think this is a feast or famine game for you because the Jets are desperate.
Oh yeah,
and Fitzpatrick.
But so were the Giants.
Desperate.
Yeah, it's like and the
Fitzpatrick's
Giants
desperate.
Yeah.
So he knows that this could be his last game starting
this
for
is
the
it.
Jets.
Yeah.
This really could be it. Geno Smith could be the quarterback going forward, or he can come out, play like he has in seasons past, and
Yeah, no, I trust me, I know. So, moving on, Steelers.
All right, what do we got? Steelers.
Well, if I
the
had
Patriots. You said the Patriots.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. I'm looking for Doc Brown out there and DeLorean. Because I would love to go back in time and draft Dak Prescott right now.
There you go.
Really?
Hey, they want to go back in time and they want to draft Ben Roethlisberger. So there you go.
Oh.
Get that time machine out. We'll do it.
Or Carson Wentz.
No,
No.
you're not getting me right. You're not going to do that.
I would love to have someone
nothing to
other
do
than
with
Bones Jones back there right now. Not that I personally don't like him, but he really struggled last year. I'm just going to throw some stats out there. In the 4 games that Ben missed last year, we had averaged 163 passing yards, 153 rushing yards. In the games that Ben did play, we averaged 308 passing yards versus 97 rushing yards. For Bones Jones, his average throw was just over 10 yards, and he was 70th out of the 76 quarterbacks in accuracy who actually threw a pass last year. That is alarming for a guy that's going to go into... Go in there and fight the Patriots.
New England, yeah.
Go in there and fight the Patriots.
You're still over 500% win percentage without Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
So, you can say Landry and he blows and all that stuff, but he has done what he's been requested to do.
He has. But he is looked at as one of the weaker backups in the league.
Yeah.
So,
agreed.
A little bit to...
That's a really interesting way. He's done what he's requested to do. That's a very interesting way of phrasing that. We request that you go out and throw a touchdown.
Some other stats for you. So far this year, the Steelers have passed on 64% of our offensive plays. I don't think that's going to be the case this week. I had a question earlier this year on YouTube of how I feel about the Steelers going at it with the 2 running back set with both Bell and Williams in the backfield. Both of them can run, both of them can pass block, both of them can catch. So I do think that's something you're going to see. I was hoping that was something that the Steelers could save for the postseason this year as kind of a change up to kind of keep teams off balance. Not going to happen. You're probably going to see that this week. That 64% is probably going to drop closer down to a 50-50 run the pass. I think that is the way we come out and have some opposition for the pass.
What's your score?
Yeah, what's your prediction?
I'm just being pessimistic here.
He doesn't want to say this.
I don't want to say it.
Got him by the...
The French Foreign Legion is running scared.
I'm going to de-jinx us. And say that the Pats are going to take this one 31-16. But I really think we're going to win. Just saying.
Well, I'm telling you, I said last week that Belichick is great at taking away what you guys want to do. So the run game will not be there for you.
Yeah,
they
I
are going to
agree.
make Landry Jones beat him, which he will not be able to do.
All right, guys, we have a mailbag question this week. So our mailbag question comes from our email. It is the AFC North at its weakest right now?
I don't know about its weakest, but it's weaker than it was the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
We're not sending 3 teams to the playoffs. We may not send 2 teams to the playoffs. We started 8-0. We're 2-4. Brownies are winless. The Ravens were,
sliding fast
to where they were last year. We're weaker than we were last year, or the last few seasons for sure.
See, my caveat to that is that none of us have had a bye yet.
The bye doesn't have any bearing on it.
See, I disagree because I've seen teams come around on the bye. Like, you've come around on the bye a couple of times, earlier on.
The bye is the bye, and if your team blows before the bye, they may make adjustments during the bye, but it's not going to be enough to overcome blowing.
And the bye will help you get healthy if you have certain players.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The bye is going to help the Steelers because they're going to get that extra week. And being Ben's was more of a cleanup surgery than it was a full meniscus surgery like Billings has that has him out the season. That's going to help him out. It's coming at a good time, but it still doesn't.
In that situation, that's where it is.
So AFC North, is it the weakest division to you?
Definitely not.
We're not the weakest. The weakest that we've seen in a few years.
The weakest that we've been in a while.
Something interesting for the Steelers. We're in the same place we were last year, 4-2 at this point. But last year, I think we had all of our issues in the first few games. Now we're just now losing Ben for a little bit. We haven't had our bye yet. I just don't know what's going to happen. I do think as a division, we're weaker than we were last year.
Oh, definitely.
The Bengals especially, you guys were whipping ass this time last year.
Oh, last year our offense was clicking and So, all right, hey, we got any shout-outs?
Justin McCoy. Thank you
very much.
Thank you, Justin.
Steel Spike.
Thank you.
And the True Idiots.
The True Idiots.
Must be a Browns fan.
Must be. No. So, there you go. All right, and how can they reach us?
Make sure you comment on YouTube. We love that. Our mailbag, which you can see right here, is AFCNortherners at gmail.com with the subject line mailbag. Send in your questions there. If you send us a video, we'll put you on the air along with us.
There you go.
You can also follow us on at AFC Northerners on Twitter. We also have our Facebook page, and we also are on Reddit as well. And we love our Redditors. We fucking love you guys. Jack Lambert's balls. You were the weirdest but best individual ever.
There you go.
Okay, guys.
There you go. So we will sign off. We'll see you again next week, and we will sign off as we always do with
Fuck the Patriots!
Bye, everybody.
Later, guys.
And finally, the Dolphins into the end zone.